Welcome back to Two Brothers Sports Podcast, presented by RambleOnSports.com. It is Wednesday, Valentine's Day, February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day to you boys. We are here early this week. We're going to talk a little Genesis Invitational. So just going to knock out some golf, get some picks out before the first tee shot on Thursday morning happens. It is at the Riviera Country Club and Pacific Palisades, California. Might as well just be LA, right? I mean, I don't know why we get all cute with the LA cities, but that's beside the point. It's in the Pacific Palisades. It's at Riviera. Great field, tough course, but ready to get into it with you guys. We got Sean and Max here as always. Sean is probably more of our resident golf expert, so looking forward to the picks you have today. Me and Max, we're just degenerates, and we will bet on pretty much anything. We'll get up to Sean's speed by the end of the year, but fellas, how we doing?
Yeah, I'll start off just waste management. I went way too hard and didn't come out positive, but didn't lose everything. So I'm ready to restart here with the Genesis.
Max, in the spirit of the waste management, you went too hard, just like the patrons that go there, and now you're settling back in. Now, like that's the party. Now the Genesis, like, all right, this is fucking, the adults in the room golfing here. So we'll get back and win some money. But yeah, Sam, thanks for having on. Thanks for a little, I guess, special pod here. And happy Valentine's Day to, the fellas and the ladies out there listening. And yeah, if there's probably any wondering of pushing out YA, this the Genesis Invitational. We're having a pod for this one. It's just like Max said, we're like to bet and degenerates there. So I think that's probably number one. But two, in the new format of golf, some of those follow it, and if not, no worries. There's these signature events now where instead of your normal like 150 golfers cut at the half, things like that, it's essentially just let's get the best players in the world. That way, just kind of some like random mule doesn't end up winning, but not that that's bad or anything, but if we look at the list of winners so far, kind of outside of Wyndham Clark, it's a lot of kind of out there picks where you'll probably recognize the winner of this tournament because really, if you look at the top 70 golfers in the world, kind of take out live, I would imagine probably, 58 of them are playing in this tournament, plus a few other guys that got an exemption, including someone who you all know named by Tiger Woods is playing in this. So this is probably the best field outside of a major one, just because there aren't a lot of kind of stragglers. Everyone here is a really good player. There's only 80 in the field. There's probably only 60 who truly have a chance at winning this, but all of them are big dig players. And a course that certainly all players. It's not necessarily the extravagant just beer drinking event that the waste management is, but if you ask any player, this is one of their favorite courses to go to every single year.
Oh yeah.
So and it's one of the biggest purses. It's $20 million to give you to give you a little bit of now, inflation, cost of living goes up every year, but this is a few $1,000,000 more than just what, like, say, the British Open purse was a few years ago.
Is this do they do standard? Do they cost of living, index increases for the California ones? No.
Right, because they're gonna get more taxes taken out
right there.
Exactly. But, yeah, you gotta make sure everyone gets your taxes done on time.
Yes. Ooh, great call. Great call. Waiting on some paperwork. We'll get there.
Good.
Yeah, I feel like what I was reading a lot of was just, the guy who's gonna win this, gonna be someone who's able to scramble, kind of more of an all-around player field, tough greens. You got a lot this word that I'm trying to figure out how to pronounce.
Kikuya?
Yeah, that one. Barranca.
Oh, the Barranca. So
yeah, the Barranca.
Barranca was a lot.
Impala.
Yeah, and this was an LACC. They're these weird like dunes that cut across. Yeah, a lot of interesting things about this course that you don't see a lot of other courses. The Barranca, of course, you don't want to get caught up in there. The Kikuya grass, which is really, frankly, a grass you see more in like South Africa golf than typically here. So. But yeah, I mean, and Sam, you're right on it. The thing why, like, usually this tournament is going to produce like a big dick winner, in the same way like a US Open and things will. You got to crush every part of your golf game. It's not a putting contest. It's not just necessarily a bombers course where, a few of those you can get, all you have to do is just putt your ass off and you can win. This will take everything kind of in the bag to win there. And it's produced some, unfortunately, a lot of the past winners are now not playing in this. But if you look at the names, John Rahm, Max Homa, Joaquin Maximo, or a couple of times, right? Joaquin Neiman. Yeah, a lot of guys who can kind of do it all there.
Yep, Adam Scott, who played pretty well last week, won a couple of years ago, and then Bubba Watson won twice in 2016 and 18, or 15 and 18, something like that. So, yeah, a lot to look forward to. A lot of good dudes playing well. I feel like towards the end of the Waste Management. So, like looking at an Adam Scott, kind of those guys just started playing well. Maybe didn't win last week.
Momentum.
Maybe capitalized there.
Yep. I also kind of a few names of guys who played well there. I think we'll kind of just carry that in. Well, I know Max, you guys, we'll kind of talk a little bit more to this, but we do want to kind of just do something, relative to picks like we've done for football here, and we figured that we'll kind of just snake through 3 picks from us each. One, an outright winner, a top 20 and then a top 30 pick. And the only kind of rules, especially where it'll only really matter on the top 20, top 30. You just got to keep it kind of under, say a minus 150 or worse in terms of odds there.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. Let's see. Well, we all bet the Chiefs last week. We'll get into the recap, different pod, but I'm trying to think of the best way to say. Sean, you just start us off.
Yeah, you share.
All right. Do we want to kind of start at T3 and work all the way down?
Yeah, I like that.
Top 30? Yeah.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to go with, and I'm not just saying his name because it's a guy that I've been on a lot lately, but I think he's long off the tee, kind of by the data, but more importantly, his irons are sharp as hell. In all 4 events, he's made the cut here. And again, one thing to think about with this tournament compared to especially the Waste Management, I mean, half the amount of guys in the field. So, top 30 isn't, maybe as hard to do as, some of the other fuller tournaments here. So I'm a guy who's been there, done that. Canadians have been playing very well lately. So shout out Nick Taylor. I mean, let's see, 90 to 1. Oh, that's not a bad piece of throw there. That's not my pick right here. Go ahead and I should pull up the actual odds. Give me Corey Connors at the top 30. Let me give you we're at plus 105 here on Corey Connors top 30. I mean, I think he probably comes in it's probably, if you rank him, maybe the 27th best golfer, in this field here. A nice T31 at the Pebble Beach. But like Sam said, the Waste Management, after a tough Saturday, he shot a 66 in his final day to finish at T28 there. And he's played well at Riviera before. So I'm going to go Corey Connors for my top 30 pick.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's a great one. Thought you were going a different way, and I was bringing it back to the old days. But Sam, you or me?
You got it.
All right. I'm just going to have to go Mr. Tom Kim, top 30 at minus 140. I don't know. I feel like last year he played pretty damn well for the Genesis. I don't have that up, but I feel like he's always there, or used to always, but I don't know. His name's calling me right now, so gotta rock with him.
Hell yeah. Our top 20 machine, Tom Kim. And all we need is here at top 30.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, let's see if I can get this.
I like that a lot. I am looking at top 30. It does get a little tough. There's a couple guys that are right around that. I'm gonna go with a dude who tends to see this is why I like a top 30. This is gonna be someone who I like in general. He might make a run at some point this weekend, and then odds are he will probably collapse. He's a young guy, he's got plenty of opportunities. He is a Vanderbilt Commodore. His name, or no, sorry, he's a Wake Forest Demon Deacon. Apologies, wrong.
Same color.
Same color scheme. Same color scheme. Same idea of high academics and low football quality. No disrespect, but give me Will Zalatoris at minus 140 as well. Some of these guys I like in that like minus 120-ish range, but I like Zalatoris because I'm hedging that he might not be able to kind of get through the ringer. I could see him being like top 10 and then slipping out to like that 25 range. So yeah, give me Zally.
Well, I'm happy he's back. I'm happy he's healthy. It looks in the couple times he's played this year, he looks back to himself. He's putting the ball well. And Sam, a solo fourth finish from Will the last time he played this event. So
Love it.
yeah.
Love it. All right. Well, I guess I'm firing back on the snake with the top 20. This top 20, I'm really torn. I'm fairly certain I'll be able to get both my T20 and my winner, but just in case I don't, and gonna just go with it because it is plus money right now, and I think I can get. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter plus money for winners, but give me Adam Scott plus 100, top 20. I think that's just like too good to be plus money.
I already have that one in the book as well.
Yeah. So not going to really overthink it. He's playing good golf and he won it here before. So top 20 is doable for him.
Yeah, man. And he was a guy that also jumped up the leaderboard on the weekend last week.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Shit, I'll stay on top of that plus money. It's my boy Sahith Theegala. He was so close last week. He was almost there, but still had just a tremendous tournament. So I think him at top 20 plus 120. I think he'll keep it rolling, and he might be top 10 come. So
love that. I mean, you're saying all you have to do is have Sahith beat 60 other golfers. It's an awesome bet.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's good. He's sneaky, man. He's sneaky, always up there.
He is.
He'll have one really bad tournament. You're like, Jesus, I'm not betting him again. But
I got you. All right. It's tough. We always sometimes just take them the exact one they should. Well, good looks there. I'm gonna give us a little bit of a plus number here on the T20. Player I like a lot, a little stature, but can absolutely destroy the golf ball. He's having a good season, 5 starts, 5 cuts made, 4 top 25s so far. That is Siwoo Kim. I'm gonna get Siwoo Kim at plus 150 for top 20 here. He's in great form. Back-to-back finishes within the top 15 in the last tournaments he played here. I like him to just keep the momentum rolling here.
I like that a lot. I was eyeing him for top 30 because I think he was in that minus 140 range.
I think he was right at minus 1. Yeah, again, right. That's for the sake of our game here, I like wanting to use him in the top 20. But if you're comfortable laying that, I mean, that's probably an absolutely lock of a top 30 pick there.
Yeah, no, I love that top 20 plus money. Give me that.
Where are you on with your outright, Shiny boy?
Woo! All right. With the outright, a lot of Wyndham screams his name kind of comes to mind here, just because of the form that he's in, and if he can putt like he has, the last few tournaments, that keeps him in there. I think Morikawa, a guy that has dropped off a little bit last year, but he's played all right in the last few tournaments. He's gone out and if he hits his irons like he can here, there's no one better at irons in the world other than Scotty Scheffler. I mean, he's a guy there. Max Homa, LA guy, has won here. He's talked about how much this has meant to him. Sam Burns is a guy who has a T3 finish on this course, and he's playing like the best that he has since probably 3-4 years ago. But give me who is on a path. I'm not saying to become the one of the number one golfer in the world. The Scotties, they're not going anywhere. But this guy's game fits this course. One of the longest players on the course, one of the straightest players on the course. If he can just put the ball average when he gets it close there. I love this fit for him. Let's go. Ludwig here. Come on. Oh, my thing's so match. But I love Ludwig Oberg at 20-1 for this tournament. I think this course fits exactly kind of what he's trying to do here. He can bomb it past a lot of where the trouble is. His iron play is fantastic. Of course, I'm going to play him probably at the T20 as well, but I actually, am playing an outright 20-1 on Ludwig. I think there's actually a bet 365. I don't know if anyone has that. They do this nice, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting the name of it right now. But it's this bet where you bet the outright winner, and then if they don't win outright, but you can do like a bet where it's say finish in the top 8 or finish in the top 10, you win like like a specific fraction of what the
Oh
odds
yeah,
were there. So
almost like a double chance kind of thing.
yeah, exactly. Then it's called something similar to that.
No, I got a couple buddies that use that. I haven't used it yet, but
Yeah.
it sounds like their boosts are awesome.
Dude, a coworker of mine, he had it before the Super Bowl. Was like, hey, like maybe if he has something I don't, like I'll take the free bets that we are, and now that there's some funds in there, I've kind of find to like it.
Yeah, hell yeah. And Ludwig is -125 for top 20, so also great odds. And it's so funny. I never saw your shirt, and that was perfect. That was awesome. So
get the
for those listening, he was wearing a Ludwig shirt. So yeah, perfect. I love that a lot.
Thank you.
I was thinking of Homa because the Cali boy, he thrives in California. But there's this man, Victor Hovland, that was just also kind of chirping in my ear. He plays very well in these kind of tournaments, and I just think he might come out there. Granted, maybe first 3 rounds he dominates, falls back a little Sunday, but I think he's going to be fucking top 10, top 5 this whole time. If I'm going to be honest, he's a guy. He's had the taste of victory, and he wants more. So he's a killer.
Very nice. What I'll add there, he went out or whatever, took himself out of the waste management field to particularly kind of get back to, hone in some things there, certainly eyeing up this tournament.
Absolutely. And that is plus 1,400.
Yep. Ooh, I like those picks a lot. I am going to go with a guy who I just love because this man is entertaining to watch. And by that, I mean he is an absolute roller coaster of emotions, a roller coaster of a golfer. But I'll tell you what, in a scramble situation, you kind of want someone who's able to get out of a hole pretty quick with as tough of a course as this is playing. You need someone who's going to be able to get out of the sand, someone who's pretty capable of chipping the ball out of the sand. Guy by the name of Jordan Spieth, plus 2,500. I like it. I think he's played pretty solid. I think he was tied for what was it? Tied for sixth in the waste management. I think that's right.
Yeah.
Been playing pretty well. Love his short game. I think it's going to be one of those where you look at it and you're just like, how are we not looking at kind of these scrambling,
not going to be
short
surprised
approach guys.
One bit if Friday afternoon he's right there like third place or something.
Yeah, and not to to get into other picks and stuff, I do sneakily like him as also like a round one finishing leader or something. Like maybe he just comes out and goes ape shit on first round. Like he might not win, but he's going to be in the conversation at some point this weekend. It's just a matter of whether he's able to be there on Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give the shout real quick on that bet 365. They have a lot of really good golf bets, like everything, the first round leaders and stuff, and things that I haven't maybe found on other ones. But love it. Any other kind of give out any other couple bets or anything like that? I mean, I'll real quick just kind of to go back on that. Maybe the 30 range here. A couple guys who I just have played well in the past, or frankly are just on a tear right now. Not on a tear, but Sam Ryder is a guy who has a lot of good course history here. A couple top 20s before for a guy who's not necessarily a huge name other than when he made a ace at the Waste Management a few years ago. I like him. Tom Hoagie, just a great iron player that can do well. Kurt Kitayama, Max, is a
Yeah,
him bombing it could work well here. It was good to see him, kind of near those final groups last week. Christian Bezadenhout. There are few players right now, other than like the Nick Taylor, Scotty Schefflers of the world, who are playing more consistent, good golf than him. And I think the odds are just finally kind of catching on. But if you can go get you a Christian Bezadenhout, just look for the long BEZ South African name there. I gave out a bad South African pick last week, so I'm certainly going to get it correct this week. I do like having Bezadenhouts in your plays as well.
Okay.
I like that. Honestly, the one thing I was eyeing and trying to get input real quick, Rory, winner, top 5, and top 10 are all plus money. The top 10 being plus 110.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he in these big events he does sit like top 5 the whole time, and then will drop to that top 10. Is that a good thing to look at?
I mean, look, it's not going to surprise me one bit. Rory plays well here. This is going to be his first U.S. Tournament on U.S. soil in this calendar year here, and it's just either way, like it's not going to surprise me at all if he's like at like T46. It's like not a good week from Rory here. And again, if he's right up there as well, that's not going to look and see. I mean, he was pretty. He was at 30th last year here. I didn't really turn it on all that well. So for Sean, it's a stay away play.
Gotcha. I'll just keep
That's
it
just me. Yeah.
Okay.
Max, I do like Sam Burns plus 200 for top 10.
Dude, I know.
was just gonna ask.
Sam Burns is one of my
that's
top 20 guys too.
I like what this just kind of like a season long like DFS each tournament, salary cap put in there. He's a guy I played last week and certainly a guy I'm going to play again this week.
I like that a lot.
Couple of just we haven't named. Xander's got some health issues, so
I saw that.
that's just kind of stayed away from there. I think he's had some wrist things. Patrick Cantlay, he literally played at UCLA, which is right down the street from this course here. He's a guy that's probably going to be lingering around there. Just in the case of our kind of picks, nothing really fit necessarily the eye because he would be, too good of odds for T20 and 230 and T30. But I think we should at least mention his name. And it's good to see Justin Thomas playing well because it was bad last year. It was bad, and he's playing good golf again.
So I got 2 matchups. Sean, first off, what's your overall take on that? Like tournament, this is a tournament matchup. Do you do matchups at all, or you just go with the individual guy?
I've done the tournament matchups before. I kind of like the matchups of just one day. It's just take less silly stuff that might pop up. But what's is there one you're thinking of?
I got 2. Ironically, you were talking about JT as I was doing it. JT over Schauffele. It's just a minus 110. It's a coin flip.
It's kind of
And then Wyndham Clark over Matt Fitzpatrick, plus 100.
Yeah.
Which I like that from just a plus money perspective, but there is some value in some of these. The other play I'm looking at, what's your take on Cam Young right now? Because I think a round 1 leader, Cam Young plus 3,500 is really tasty. Like I feel like he's one of those. I try and think of the guys who are like always at the top early. I feel like Cam Young's got a big swing and he's able to maybe get out early if the weather's good. And then
absolutely, like we looked like last week, like Cam Young gained strokes on the field off the tee, gained a ton of strokes off the field putting, but his iron play has been a little hazy. If he can just play like we know he can, then yeah, he's always going to be up near there. He's one of the probably top 12 Americans when he's playing his best, but he's certainly a little volatile.
Yeah, and then there's always the fun like 3 balls, which are like it's basically like if you're doing a close English Premier League game where it's like draws the same as the other person winning, and then the other one's like slightly higher, but there's some good ones like a Burns, Spieth, Clark, and then a Homa, Cantlay, Morikawa.
Yeah,
Like, those are fun groups. I don't know who I'm taking, but fun to look
I
at.
know the home is like we all want Homa to play well, like an awesome guy. I'm a little worried about like his form right now, but probably even though we missed the cut last week, I think just being back kind of hooked in LA, a place that he's had some fantastic finishes and won here. It's gonna be hard not to take him. But fellas, I one, thank you for kind of quickly helping put this together. I do have to hop off to some V-Day obligations
Yep.
here, but everyone, enjoy the Genesis Invitational here. If you're at work, it's some West Coast primetime golf, so you can flip that on in the afternoon on Thursday and Friday. And we'll chat about a little next week, and I know we'll have plenty more football and UFC and stuff for you guys to discuss. But
Thanks for hopping on, brother. Have fun.
absolutely, guys. Yep.
Tell the
Take it
lady I
easy.
said hello.
Go Ludwig.
All righty, Max. Now that Sean is gone, let's just talk a bunch of shit behind his back. No, I'm just kidding. No, love when Sean gets on the golf groove. Man knows his stuff. Like, Max and I like to say we know gambling and numbers, and we can pick a couple good matchups, but when it really comes down to the nitty gritty, I will be playing more of the things Sean told us than what I told you. So just keep that in mind for everyone. But I do like this. We'll figure out. We'll start keeping track, and maybe we'll do like winners. Winner you get a unit. You get those units, but then top 20, top 30. Maybe we'll just track that way and see who has the most units at the end of the golf season. We haven't really missed a whole lot. We've only missed a couple tournaments. I feel like, not
Really
that,
waste, and then
like Farmers Insurance, Pebble Beach, like probably like five.
I'd say yeah, waste and Pebble are big ones, but
This is probably like the first. I'd say this is probably the biggest event so far this season. So we'll definitely make sure we do them just for the elevated events, but we'll figure some shit out. I love everyone's picks. Not surprised Sean went with Mr. Ludwig. He is a big Ludwig guy. It's honestly, based on anyone who's listened to the podcast knows that basically Sean just picked all of his boys, except maybe Siwoo Kim instead of Tom Kim. But aside from that, like my man has been on Aberg and Connors not even all year, like the last 2 years long. So we've been hearing about that. You guys have been hearing about that. So, he's saying it for a reason. Love that. I love the Hovland, Kim Tagala. And of course, I'm biased, but I like Mr. Spiethy coming into it. So looking forward to that. Trying to see if there's any other kind of like mentions for Riviera before we get into anything else this weekend.
one last.
Yeah.
Sean mentioned them for I think a top 40 as well last week. Obviously, I didn't get it, but Jesus, Kevin Yu, top 40 is he's minus 125, and I'm pulling it up now. He was rolling through the whole week, and damn, nah, he's up here. He's somewhere. Maybe I fucked that up. Nah, because he's some Brandon Wu miscut. I don't know. I think he played very well all last week. He might have miscut. I'm scrolling so fast I can't even see. Fuck me. Where is he? I guess he did end up missing it. He miscut, but damn it. Well, that throws everything off because I thought he was still up and about, but his first two rounds were pretty solid. I guess first round, but yeah. Fuck, don't listen to me. Don't listen to that. Just like Sam said, listen to Sean and let's keep it rolling. We got some good bets out there already, so
I think for sure.
I'll be pushing it like I did last week if I keep going.
Yeah, and I'll actually get on. I'll post this as well so people can see from the Ramble On account. So we'll post that tomorrow so people can take a look and get it in before. Thursday. Tee offs happen. Last thing was looking if you're at the like make miss cut stuff. The only person to make a cut that is worth betting is Tiger at -125. Everyone else is like -210 or more. So probably I don't think we didn't really talk much of whether Tiger is going to be there or not. He is -125 to make the cut, -110 to miss the cut. So it's going to be a close one. And of course, it's 70, so something to keep in mind. But if you do like someone maybe not to make the cut, it is very good odds on most of these guys. Everyone is like +150 or better. You got a smaller field, makes sense. But if there's anyone you're really feeling, probably not a bad opportunity to hit the plus money on the miscuts. Aside from
I had
that,
someone on my mind, and I totally forgot who it was. And I was trying to look, but this was like mid fucking pod or mid draft. But yeah, there's a couple guys that you could be like, well, they might just botch it. So
yeah, and then I always forget to mention, but I'll just mention it real quick. Like the nationality props in DraftKings are always good. Like top American, top European, great. You kind of dig into that, but some opportunity there. So like if you like Scheffler, but you don't want him to win the whole thing, but he's better than most of the Americans, +450. Like ways to get around the juicy plus money without having a full outright. This guy needs to win. He can just beat everyone else, in his kind of group, like a Rory -105 over Fleetwood, Seamus Power, and Matt Fitzpatrick. Like that sounds like that's pretty good odds, and he's just got to beat those other three, and that's it. So like there's some opportunities there. But anything else? I mean, we're gonna hear Barranca, we're gonna hear Poa Greens, we're gonna hear Koyuku grass, as Sean said. So lots to look forward to. This will probably be the first golf tournament I'm able to watch a decent bit of. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. And then, of course, trying to get out on the course Saturday or Sunday. Sean also forgot to mention, I don't know if he mentioned it, but he's going to be there. Yeah, he didn't mention it. He's going to be there on Sunday, so he'll be able to report on the vibes and the atmosphere there. So looking forward to hearing his, take next week. But potentially potting on Thursday/Friday. So we'll get another update from everyone and we'll rock with that. But we got some other stuff to talk about this week. Got UFC 298 coming up. Odds are out, and we feel that, at this point in time, probably still with UFC week of, it's not really going to change a whole lot midweek. So we've got Max here as always to give you guys the UFC slate take and all his best bets. We'll say it's highlighted by Volk and Topuria, Volkanovski, for those who don't know, and Topuria. A lot of trash talking that's been going on. But Max, take me through the card. Take me through your picks.
all right. I will say the only chances, I mean, you're right. Like it really won't move that much. Really the only chances being lines moving like drastically. Jurassic Park, sorry. But would be like weight cuts, like someone missed weight, shit comes up. And that'd really be the only thing. Everything looks pretty solid, set in stone, other than that. So I'll start off prelims. God, I mean, I'm gonna say it's my little disclaimer. I'm gonna say it every fucking time. Prelims, they're gonna be great fights. I'm not saying like I'm not really gonna bet too much on them just because I'm not experienced enough. Like I don't deep dive like Sep does. Fuck, call out Sep real quick.
Yeah, boy.
Fuck you. Fuck you. We need some and still, you piece of poop.
Hey, Sep, we'll see you on Thursday for the pod talk again because we're going to run through the whole preview again.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're hearing this, you better fucking hit me up. But I'm going to start off Justin Tafa, him and I think brother or cousin. I think it's his brother. Both just like super. They're just beasts. I've seen both of them fight their last two fights, and they're phenomenal. I love Justin Taffa at plus 120. De Lima's solid, but Taffa's them boys are always a little sleeper and come out with some big wins. So I like that. Just kind of a straight, just keep an eye. I mean, he's plus 120, so obviously it's not like a plus 350 type shit. Mackenzie Dern's, Amanda Lemos is another one. Dern got her
Hold on real quick. You said, I mean, something to mention real quick with Tafa and DeLima. I mean, DeLima is like 38 years old. Is he on the out with that?
Definitely easily could be. Yeah.
But I mean, 6'1", 253 versus 6', 265. That's fun. That's just fun. Sorry, continue.
Yeah. Dude, Tafa swing. Tafa reminds me of Ty Tuivasa.
Yeah.
I fucking love Ty, so
I like that.
I mean, DeLima also got his jaw broke by Derek. That was the flying knee guy.
That was okay. That makes sense. I was trying to I was literally just looking back at him and trying to figure out where he was.
Yeah.
No, I like that. I like that a lot. Sorry to interrupt, but that's gonna be a fun, just big boy fight.
Oh, dude, big boy fights are fucking awesome. Also, let me see the under. The under 1.5 is minus 210. So that just, you know what? I'm gonna dig see, that's where I'm a little too early where I don't have the winning method, but that's okay. Get fucking just do Tafa knockout. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah,
flat out 100% not kidding. Do that.
I like it.
But yeah, Tafa literally, this might be kind of, never mind. I'll just leave it. Dern versus Lemos. Mackenzie Dern got her absolute shit pounded in against Andrade, her last fight. But she's still a hell of a fighter, very good at jiu-jitsu. But throwing Lemos in like a little parlay would be my go-to. I think Lemos is an absolute dog, and Dern maybe kind of a little scared coming off that absolute fucking beatdown. So give me Lemos. For those are like kind of I'll call them the co-main events for the prelims. The prelims are pretty solid.
Yeah.
Obviously, you see Nakamura is minus 1,300.
Yep.
Really not going to do much. You could do like a little knockout submission, and it's probably going to get you like minus 500. And then you throw that in a parlay. It's better than 13. But he is an absolute fucking dog. So we saw him when they went to, I think it was Singapore. He was out there. So he's a beast.
Okay. Yeah, that's just such big odds for a UFC fight where it's like you could.
It's like Bo Nickel. He's like a Japanese Bo Nickel.
Yeah, and you're just like, well, I want to bet on him, but
yeah, even his fucking within the distance is minus 500. So it's kind of sucks. He's just kind of at this point you just watch him and enjoy greatness.
Yeah, even if he won in the first round, it'd be like plus. It wouldn't even be plus money. It'd be like minus 180. And you're like, well, he has to win in the first round and be minus 180. That's fucking
like that's honestly not likely. Don't do that.
Yeah,
like that's a fun bet, but unless it's plus, definitely don't do that. But he probably will. So whatever. Just keep a look at those prelims. I love prelims. It's guys trying to get to the top, or people will redemption like Dern. So love that a lot. This fight's this whole card is just phenomenal, and we hop right into the main card.
Very good.
With Hernandez and Kopylov. Kopylov is a beast. I don't see why he'd be. I could see why he is an underdog because he's not well established yet. But him being at plus 185 is another guy where I'm just like, give me that straight bet. I mean, sure, if you want to have a little fun, throw them into a parlay with a heavy favorite or a decent favorite. I'm not going to try to foreshadow. I'll bring that up later. But yeah, I like that a lot. I think he's just a dog, kind of one of those guys like I've met. I mean, I love my dogs. Everyone knows. If you listen enough, I love my little Robbie Lawler at plus 190, my fucking Strickland, my fucking um Jesus Pereira. I love my dogs. I love my dogs. Doesn't always work out, but I love my dogs. And give me Kopelev just straight up. I'm definitely just gonna do straight up Kopelev. Um, he's one of those guys. So,
Yep.
any questions on that?
Oh, let me see. No, no. I when I saw his name, I was like, ooh, plus 185. I was like, I feel like I've seen him in some bigger fights recently, but I've also never. The reason why is because I've heard of Kopilov, but I've never heard of Anderson. So I was kind of like, oh, what's going on here?
Hernandez. That's how you would say her Anderson because of the A up front. Excuse me, I burped. But yeah, I mean, you look at Kovalev, he's on a 4-fight win streak. Um, again, it's not like he's fought fucking the best of the best, but he's still finished every fight or of his 4 win streak. So I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, and it looks like a clash of kind of styles. Like it looks like Hernandez is more like looks like he's more of like submission, kind of looks like on the ground more, and then Kopelev looks like he's just like I'm gonna just box the shit out of you and beat you that way.
Yeah, I mean, again with Hernandez too, really not established with fighting big names. I mean, Barryall is a pretty solid fighter. He submitted him, but you know, these are two guys who 11-2 and 12-2. So they're fighting. They're trying to get up there in that middleweight contention.
I dig it. I dig it. And it's a nice way to start the main card. Like I might even do like just like a maybe even just like a knock I wouldn't even maybe I'll see what Nakamura stuff comes out as, but like a Tafa Kopelev Limos parlay just to like enjoy that and get some good plus money there.
Yeah, exactly. Um, yeah. So, but yeah, technically Nakamura's debut did go to decision. Um, his other fights, KO, sub, decision. So maybe look for like a KO decision double chance. That might push it to like 650. Um, but still, honestly, probably like 800. But, or, I don't know. I really don't know Vera that well at all. So can't say much to that. But you can definitely tweak that line a little bit and still come out victorious.
I mean, just a Tafa Kopelev is 549, which is nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that a lot.
I mean, dude, honestly, unless you're in like I almost like want to play dogs up until like plus like 200 because then I start to get worried. But like, if it's like a minus, I don't know, it's like plus 120 or minus 142, all it takes is like one punch. Like that's what's so crazy about UFC when you bet. Like I feel like it's so much more advantageous for dogs because you're just like doesn't take it just takes like one hit and then
Yeah.
it change the entire way of it. Like I feel like I'd won more off dogs and UFC than any other betting thing. So I like both of those a lot, and I'm interested to see what you have to say on the next fight because we got a guy returning and a guy who's on fire. It seems like.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we saw fucking Henry Cejudo. He fought Aldo last. Or Jesus, I was reading Aldo for someone. Aljamain, Aljo, not Aldo. He fought, honestly, if I'm gonna be 100% honest. I really don't like him, but he fought pretty fucking well against Aljo. He did. He knew how to wrestle against him. He knew what to do. They're both very wrestle oriented,
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu oriented. They both were wrestlers, so that's why I'm saying that. But Marab is a Marab's a little rat. I don't like him, but I do like him. He's just a goober. He's one of those guys who's just like he says he goes a little. If he just stayed in his line, he'd be okay. But then he goes a little too far. But I think Marab, the line's probably set pretty good. Cejudo fired his coach. Um, I think like mid camp. So a little weird with that. I don't know what's going on there. He was like, we're getting a little too personal. He was my buddy, and I need like a actual like coach, like hardcore. Like we got too close. So whatever happened with that. Either way, you're right. I mean, Henry, he's like fucking 30 something, 34, 36. Um, I give me Marab all day, and I'll talk about a little parlay with that in a sec. But just looking at it, I think decision is I don't know. I think decision's probably the best bet. If I'm going to be honest, I think they're going to both play a little safer. Um, Marab's a little more striking and shit. So little clash. They're not going to. Marab's not going to want to be on the ground. Henry's going to try to get him on the ground. It's all about how Marab's defense is. If Henry can get him down and kind of just control, we're looking at a maybe a little boring fight, but Marab is he's a dog. So I think he's not going to let him do that shit. Not going to try to get him. I mean, he beat Jan Aldo. That's where I was reading Aldo. His last two, he's like you said, he's rolling. So Henry is he's a legend. I don't like him, but he's a legend and fantastic fighter. So I think it's gonna be a great fight. But give me Marab all day.
Yep, I love that. I won't set you up, but I have a little hankering or maybe
Send me up.
a hunch that it might be maybe this guy Murad might be parlayed with the next fight. One of the baddest dudes on the planet right now. Yeah, had some weird drama come out with his wife and whatever that shit was. I don't know the full extent of that, but I know that this guy portrays himself as something like the next Conor McGregor, a guy who's got swagger, who's going to beat the fuck out of everyone. Uh, may not have been doing as much of that kind of recently. He's been really solid. He hasn't lost a fight yet. But Max, what are we thinking on Mr. Ian Gary and Jeff Neal?
I will say just real quick, he is not in that parlay.
Ooh,
Kind
okay.
of set everything else astray after I get through everything. And I don't blame you. That is a great parlay. I mean, I can pull it up real quick to see
Plus
what the
109. I already looked it up. I'm locking it in. I'm doing Marab Gary. So if
I
he
love it. No, no, don't get me wrong at all. Don't get me wrong at all. I like it, but it just sometimes I gotta put the pieces together and
Mhm.
I overlook some shit and I'm trying to. I can't do too much. I can't do too much.
Fair, fair.
Um, but yes, Ian Gary, he is a cuck, and for some dude, I'm gonna be honest, like, because he backed out of his last fight was supposed to be fucking can't remember, but he backed out because he had an illness. I think they declared it mono, but who knows? He just didn't. He didn't show up to the press conference, and because literally that week is when all that shit came out. Um, I think he's a little. My cards has totally just flipped. The tables have turned. The turn have tables. I don't like this fucker. I really don't. I don't like him. I don't like him one bit. He kind of sucks. But t- on top of that, he is a good fighter, and This was the guy he originally wanted. He called out Jeff Neal, or he wanted to call out Jeff Neal. Fucking called out Neil Magny like an idiot, and said Neil Magny. But once he got Neil Magny, he was like, "Wait, that's not who I wanted." And then I don't know if that's some like WWE shit that UFC tried to pull off, but um, now he's getting Jeff Neal. He's finally getting who he actually wanted. Um, Jeff Neal. I mean, he's 4 inches smaller than him, than Gary. But yeah, Ian Gary's gonna win. I would say there. For some reason, dude, I just can't stand this fucking dude anymore. It's not even the reason with his wife and shit. It's like before all that shit was going on, and just even like honestly, it was started with Neil Magny. Like
Yeah.
he was going after Neil Magny for being like a dad and all that stuff, which just isn't true. So it's just yeah, he's kind of a shithead. He's trying like Connor wouldn't really do that. Like I get it, he's trying to be Connor-esque, but like he's doing it like just not how Connor did it. So don't like him. Great fighter, he'll win. Um, yeah, and what I am doing, and I'll say for anything off of that.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. I mean, I'm gonna parlay him with Marab, but I,
Yeah.
didn't know all that, so
Yeah.
won't change
No,
how
I
I
did
bet
like
this
him
weekend.
and just
I know I was kind of excited about him coming up, but then he started dealing with a bunch of drama and shit, and I was like, "This isn't fighting.
he's
I'm not
just
talking about fighting."
he's kind of a baby.
Yeah, right. So I like
With
that. I like that. Let's move on to Robert Whitaker and Mr. Paulo Costa. How are you feeling on that fight?
Paulo, dude, this man kind of again. I actually like Paulo. He's kind of funny, but Paulo just been accepting fights and having to back out, and then accepting fight, having to excuse me, back out. This one sounds official. I think he won't back out of this. I don't think as long as everything goes smooth, he will be fighting finally. Um, let's see the last time he fought.
Bro, this man has fought 5 times since 2018.
Yeah,
This man has fought less times than years that have gone by since his first. Like,
yeah, he fought. Yeah, Luke Rockhold in 22 of August was his last.
it's like 18 months.
Sure. Yeah, sure. You guys are like, well, that doesn't seem he just, but like if you're trying to compete for the fucking belt, you gotta keep fighting. You can't just like yeah. To your point, yeah, 5 since 18. Like he got his ass beat by Adesanya, then got Vittori, got his ass beat by Vittori, and beat Luke Rockhold, who shouldn't have. I mean, Luke was old. I mean, but whatever. Paulo, on that point, Paulo is an insane physique, dude. This man is like the chiseled god from fucking heaven. This man is insane. His punch is strong as fuck. Very good chance of catching Whitaker, kind of like uh fuck Duplessis caught Whitaker, kind of like that. Like he's on Duplessis level of just like fucking strong as shit and can rock you.
Yep.
Um, but Whitaker, you know, he's a hell of a fighter. He is amazing. I love him a lot. He just one of those Aussie guys. We're just like fuck yeah, like he's just a good dude, the man. Again, lost to Duplessis recently, but he's beaten Vittori. He had his chance against Adesanya. He beat Kevin Gastelum and Cannonier. Like he is a fucking fighter. He is a man. So give me that money line, and I'm gonna parlay it backtracking to Marab. That's plus
Okay. Plus what?
109.
Okay.
So it gets you just to that plus money, and you don't got to worry about the submission, decision, KO, you know. It's minus 205 for Marab and minus 245 for Whitaker money line. So
I mean, basically same. Marab and Gary is like same exact odds. So maybe I'll do both. I like
yeah,
that. I like
yeah.
that.
I mean,
Yeah, and Whitaker's, dude, you look at it. Yeah, Costas fought 16 times. Whitaker's fought 32 times. So I like that.
yeah,
There's
yeah. Whitaker,
That's still crazy. That's just crazy to me that since 2018, Costa is in the second, like I guess I would say fight number two of the night, right? Like he's not the
yeah,
main fight, but the second one. And this man he's fought fucking 5 times in 6 years. That's just crazy.
yeah. To that point, I mean, I gotta
Just
fucking
once a year, once a year, once a year.
exactly.
I'll get my ass beat
Eight.
once a year and make as much as he does, probably. Just give me 100.
Whitaker has fought 3 more times. He's fought 8 times since then. So, like, it is. Like, that's what I'm saying. That's why he's still in contention. That's why he fought Duplessis, and the winner of that was going to get
Yep.
Strickland, or I guess out of the winner of that, but was going to get the next title shot. Like, Whitaker is right there because he's fucking always in there. Same with a couple of these guys, But yeah, I think Whitaker bounces back after his KO, and he'll get shit done.
I like that a lot. I'm trying to see like rankings of middleweight and who's up there in contenders. I mean, Whitaker's, it's Duplessis, and then Strickland, Adesanya, Whitaker, Cannonier, Vittori, then Costa, and then your boy Brendan Allen at number 7.
Yes, sir. He's fighting. I think May. He's fighting Vittori.
Oh, nice. That'll be a good one. 5 versus 7.
Fucking love Brendan, dude.
I dig that. And if we do a pod on Thursday and there's any method winners or method parlays or anything you want to throw out, we'll be able to knock that out
Oh,
too.
April 6th, even sooner.
Who?
Alan Vittori, April
Oh, nice.
6th.
I dig that. Well, I mean, I could set it up, but for me, this is my favorite UFC fighter in UFC right now. He's headlining. He's facing an undefeated guy who has been talking a bunch of shit. He's already planning his documentary for, his road to UFC 300 or whatever. I respect him. Dude's got hustle. Dude is a monster, but ain't nobody stopping Mr. Volkanovski. Volkanovski, Tapuria, Max, where do you stand? And am I in the wrong saying that? And I could be.
Oh. Dude, Ilya, nothing again. Dude, Ilya is a beast. I mean, he's an absolute dog. He deserves this title shot. Um, but he just, he's got Josh Emmett, Bryce Mitchell, and Herbert Hall. Like, sure, Emmett, who knocked the fucking seizure into Bryce Mitchell. Yeah, great. But Emmett is kind of that one punch guy. Like, he is the hammer fist. There's not much more he can do if he doesn't catch you.
Yep.
That's, but you know what I get. But Bryce Mitchell is a jiu-jitsu guy. He's a wrestling guy, and he beat him in his own game. Uh, I just think Taporia hasn't had that experience that Volk has. Volk just lost to Islam, fucking head kick to the dome, fucking lost. Um,
He's pissed.
he doesn't take losses very lightly. I mean, this is his second loss against Islam, second chance. He went out and fucking knocked out Yair Rodriguez after that loss. It just, like Volk doesn't lose. Islam is a great fighter. He's bigger than Volk. I mean, Volk has gone up in weight to get him to try to get that double champ. It's not like, oh, Volk just is fucking shit. It's Volk is pushing himself to the limit, and he's just trying to just get his more goals. But I do love Volk. To your point, it's impossible to go against him.
Yep.
He is one of the best fighters. He's one of the best pound for pound fighters in the whole fucking UFC. Like, there's nothing you could take away from this badass fucking 5'6" motherfucker, dude. I don't care. This dude would twist me and you into a goddamn pretzel and shove our nose to the back of our
Up our
head.
ass. Yeah.
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 Like, this dude is a maniac, and he is a champ for a reason, and he hasn't lost his featherweight belt for a reason. I mean, shit, dude.
He's
People
had
go up
that
and
like,
win and don't win.
isn't that like he had his featherweight title belt is like one of the longest tenured
Yeah,
belts in like UFC history, isn't it? Like he's had it for like 4 years now.
yeah. He defended it against. Maybe he won it against Holloway. Yeah, he won it against Holloway. Defended it against Holloway. Defended against Ortega. Defended against Sung Young. Defended against Holloway again. Went up, so his belt wasn't out for Islam. Islam's belt was out. Lost that. Put it up against Yair. Won that. So yeah,
I'm trying to see. Damn. I'm trying to see longest.
probably him and like fucking Saint Pierre.
Yeah. Longest, yeah, title reigns. All right. I'm trying to pull it up real quick. Oh, fuckers. But yeah, I did echo all that. I've Volk is ever since you and I, mostly you got me into UFC. It was I can't remember exactly what fight it was, but it was a while ago. I mean, it was not 2022. It was probably maybe it was the Aldo fight. No, 20. It might have been one of the Holloway fights. And then because I remember that Ortega fight, and I just remember being like, dude, this is my guy. Like he's so quick, he's so tactical, he knows exactly what he's doing. And to your point, Max, man is 5'6", 145, and he went up a weight class to fight against Makachev, and Makachev is 5'10", 155. I mean, anyone who knows anything about fighting, just in general, 4 inches and 10 pounds is going to help you out a lot, especially when you don't have to like drop a bunch of weight or put on a bunch of weight, whereas Volk has to put on a bunch of weight and then also know how to manage that. So, nothing against Makachev, but I feel like Makachev has just been like he beat Oliveira and then he's like playing Volk, who's like stepped down. But like, I kind of want to see a Makachev Gaethje. Like, when is that going to happen?
Probably after Gaethje's fighting Holloway.
Okay.
So I wouldn't be surprised the winner of that goes to Islam.
Okay. So
It's fucking that fight. I think that's UFC 300. That fight's gonna be fucking ridiculous.
okay. So there's some other UFC title reigns that have gone much longer, like Anderson Silva, Demetrius Johnson, St. Pierre, Jose Aldo had one for like 5 years in the earlier stages before McGregor and all those guys came, and then of course John Jones. Those are the five longest ones. I'm trying to find. I mean Nunez, right? Like,
Yeah,
um,
maybe I thought.
I'm trying to find it, but I know Volk has held it for.
Oh yeah, it is.
Oh,
Yes. So 300. We don't have the main event, but 300. Damn, 300 is gonna be good.
yeah, no, but so
Oh
we're
my
just
God, yo, this can't be real. Oh my God, holy shit.
I mean, I'm gonna hammer Volk minus 125.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and probably
I
over on
do have
rounds. I bet over on rounds 3.5.
yeah, probably.
Um,
Yeah.
but
Ian Gary parlays plus 158.
which one? Volk and Gary?
Yeah. plus 158.
Okay. Could be worse. Could be worse. I like that. Okay. Anything else UFC wise on 298?
I think that might be it. Yeah. Not gonna go crazy. You know what I will do for the sake of it? I'll do one kind of parlay together and just give y'all what I think. Um, so Marab, Gary, Volky. Oh, dude, Volk, that parlay that I had was minus 135 or 130. So it's
Which one?
125 probably changed a little bit. For the Volk and Gary,
Okay.
that probably changed a little bit. But um do that. And you know what? I'm gonna throw in Kopelev. So we got Marab, Ian Gary, Volkanovski, and Roman Kopelov for a plus 10-11.
Okay.
Yeah, you could say like what? But you throw in that one plus guy, it's not UFC is not rock chalk. Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
So it's I mean shit, dude. Like I'll throw fucking 10 to win 111. So
I don't hate that.
no.
I bet stupider stuff. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Tell you what, correct score in the Super Bowl? Yeah, for sure. Tell you what, it wasn't 25-22. That's for sure.
Nope.
Sheesh. Sheesh. Okay, I like it. I like it. Last, but certainly not least, we have some college hoops. And I'm not gonna get into like updates and who's doing what because it's kind of a shit show right now. But releasing this on a Wednesday so that people can put in their golf bets. So I figured I'd throw in a couple Wednesday college hoops games that are going on. Lines are already out, so I can actually tell you guys what bets to do. Aside from that, there's nothing really on the. I'm trying to see. Yeah, it only goes to the end of tomorrow or today,
Yeah.
Wednesday. So a couple picks here. Good overall, good slate. Not to get into every game, but you've got like Xavier Seton Hall should be a good game. Michigan State, Penn State should be a good game. Um, South Carolina, Auburn should
Yep.
be a good game as well. I think someone's out for South Carolina, so I need to look into that real quick. And then you've got the one game that I am circling on my calendar for 9 o'clock tomorrow night, Wednesday, and that's Tennessee, Arkansas. And the reason why is I'm going to hit the over. I like Tennessee a lot. I think Arkansas is pretty good. I think they could keep it close. I think in any conference conference matchup when the favorite team is away, like a Tennessee, -9 is a lot on the road at Arkansas. We know how Musselman and that crew goes. So,
Ooh,
not going to predict a side. I'm going to predict the over 150.5 for Tennessee, Arkansas. I am very much in love with that. If you want to get into some just real, just dirty, nasty, basketball you might have to find on ESPN Plus or on your I don't know, like what are the illegal streaming sites that people use, the different
Freebies.
sites. Yeah, yeah. So some of those. One over I particularly like is trying to get the number up. Sorry for everyone listening.
You.
Yeah. I'm
I
like
gotta
double checking that I'm even able to bet on it because I'm trying to think of what state it's in. That's how much we're getting here. Jacksonville, Kennesaw State. That is a nice little over of 154. Do think that is a little high. However, Kennesaw State hits the over 70% of their games right now, and Jacksonville 64%. Um, So that being said, it's going to be a good game. Also, Max, neither team are good at covering. Both teams under 40% cover rates. So that just screams to me high scoring. Don't know who's going to win. So give me Jacksonville, Kennesaw State. I want to say it's the Atlantic Sun Conference, but going to be an ugly but yet an over win for us there. So, yes, I know I'm seeing a lot of overs, and I know that can be overwhelming in college hoops, but let me give you an under I really like too. It's also not pretty, but these teams do not average a lot of points. They trying to think of the best way to put it, but just not great teams. And that being said, it's an over under of 124 and a half max. That is Boston at Army. Yeah, it's ugly. I'm aware. But it's 124 and it's 124 for a reason. I was just at this past Friday. I was at the VCU Dayton game, and that game didn't hit 100 points. It was 49-47, and VCU won. So it is possible for a basketball game to go under 100 points, and it's even more possible for these two teams to go under 124. So, yeah, I'm playing kind of more sides, that route, but I'm going under that as well. So, under 124 and a half. Sorry, I'm writing these down as I'm doing them. And then there's a couple spreads I do like, and I'm trying to just make sure I don't speak out of turn. A lot of them are pretty ugly, but I'm trying to find the right one. Yeah, the other one, it's not pretty. It's gonna be something that no one really wants to play, but you'll be glad that you did. And that's going with one of the best basketball teams in the country, and that is going to be the Yukon Huskies. They are, if I can find their line, I'm just scrolling like a madman right now. Where is it? I just had it. Yukon minus 24 over DePaul. There it is. Yeah, Max, I know. Not great. Um, it's a lot of points. I really do think they can cover, but let me tell you something that I would play instead. If you guys are really wanting to play this game and maybe you don't like that, cannot find the first half, so forget I even said anything. I would just take the first half spread. First half spread's probably going to be in like the 13-14 range. I don't think that's a bad idea either. Um,
Nah, dude.
I've been in the camp of like those big ugly sides. I'm been in the camp more of, hey, let's just hit that over or let's hit that first half and not sweat the other ones. And since I've just kind of rattled off 4 picks right there, any questions or anything else you're looking at?
No. I have one bet one little mid major, but looking at it, if St. John's can be all by goddamn near fucking 30 points, yeah, I think you're good with UConn.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I liked
And
Providence.
Xavier fucking beat them by almost 40 points. Or no, never mind. I'm stupid at math. Almost 30 as well.
Nope, nope.
Fucking Seton Hall. God damn. They almost beat him by 40. All right, sorry.
No,
But
no,
I like
no.
that
You're
a lot.
good.
Yeah. You have all these guys who are way worse than UConn. I love that. Even now that I was like minus 24 and a half or whatever you said is a lot, but not anymore. Because they beat them all by 25 or more.
Yeah, yeah. The other one I do kind of like lean a little bit one way. On that is there's two more games. Xavier is basically like a money line against St. Hall or Seton Hall. I like that. Yeah, they're +1 tomorrow, so I like that. And then the other one, which to your point, mid-major, but it is just so big of a difference that, like in terms of the model, I do the model, but what the data is saying is that Green Bay should be way more than 2-point favorites against Northern Kentucky at home. I have them more in like the 4.5 to 5 range. So really like Green Bay, no bias. Maybe I'm still living up this Lambo shirt or Lambo thing up on my back shoulder, but yeah, Green Bay was the last, excuse me, last one that was just screaming outlier there. And
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. My one, I do like that. My one was St. Joe's versus Loyola Chicago.
yep,
They're 4.5. Let me double check to make sure it's still correct. But St. Joe's pretty solid. So
yeah, I got a slight lean on St. Joe's, so I can get behind that. What'd you
yeah,
say the line was?
I had plus 4.5 St. Joe's. Trying to double check, make sure it's still where it's at. If they had it, what time was that game? 8. Yep, still plus 4.5.
Okay, okay, I like that.
Be
I'm
close.
behind that one.
Yeah.
Let me see if there's anything else I have from college basketball. That was about it. I'm still testing models, still a work in progress, some might say. Um, I would say. But yeah, those are the ones the model likes. Those are the ones I like. If I had to pick anything else, the other one it's not really like I would say I would investigate before I would pick, but I'm seeing South Carolina as plus 11 to Auburn, and I don't know.
God damn.
That has to be an injury, right?
Yeah, like their fucking best guy. That's crazy. There's no way just because it's at Auburn that it's that high.
I know that's what I'm literally looking right now. I'm like, okay, this might be my play of my life. Um, Unless there's something I don't know. Or maybe I copied it over, but I could have. No, dude, it's literally number 11 South Carolina at number 13 Auburn.
Huh.
Yeah, so I'll just say that. I'm gonna hammer USC with the points, dude. There's no doubt in my mind.
Oh yeah. No, give me that plus 11 all day.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like,
They're a fucking good team.
actually though, like, yeah, I'm going, yeah, give me that. Yeah, and then USC fucking plus 11. Yeah. And that'll be the last play for the day. And that we confirm that. I mean, dude, 11 versus 13. I know it's at Auburn. Ain't there isn't a single, you couldn't put the 2001 Duke basketball team getting 11 points just because they're at home. I'm sorry. Like, who? No. UConn is, come on.
Yeah.
All right. I'm hyped about that. That's what's up. I might sprinkle a little USC money line. Um, we'll do some research. I like that. A lot of picks we gave out. I mean, I can't, we will send them all out. I'm trying to keep track of all my notes here. Um, Anything else you wanna fire off?
No. I guess I'm wearing my Brentford shirt or jersey.
Hell
Um,
yeah.
so great win this weekend. We got Liverpool 7:30 on Saturday. I'll be moving. Maybe I'll try to
7:30,
also
bro. You're moving at 7:30?
I'm moving. I'm trying to start as early as possible. Not obviously not 7:30, but 7:30 game goes till like
Nine.
9. I don't know. We'll see. I'll be fucking good. Shit. But fuck Liverpool for the weekend. I know we got some buddies who like Liverpool, but fuck them.
Yep, agreed. Agreed. I mean, Villa's just done. Villa loses Boubacar Kamara, and we have lost Buendia, Kamara, Mings, among others. So we're just depleted as fuck. In
Yeah,
central
sitting
mid.
at 5, you're done. Oh my God.
I know. Well, that's the problem is that they're gonna just start blowing down the chimney, and we're not gonna be able. And we gotta at least get Europa League like qualifications, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
we gotta get relegated.
It just stinks because the transfer window, I'm pretty sure, is closed. So it's one of those things where we can't go sign depth, just like people to come fill those spots. And now we're like our defensive middies and our back four are so depleted. Like Moreno's banged up, Digne's banged up, Matty Cash is inconsistent, Mings is out, Diego Carlos had his first game back, Pau Torres is out, Langlet is finally not playing, thank God. And then we've got Konsa out too. So like lot
Taking the
to
by road, brother.
yeah, I know. Everyone's going through injuries right
Not
now. It's like
first, but
yeah,
yeah,
it's like mid-season, so I'm complaining to no one, but
I know. I'm kidding. We signed Regulon. I don't know how to actually. I think it's Regulon. He's a laugh back, coming in for Rico pretty much, and fucking hell, he's from Spain and he's an absolute dog.
yep,
So
that's a good signing. I like
yeah,
that.
he's been killing it. He started the past two and it has been phenomenal. So
Okay.
love it.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, potentially be back on Thursday, talk a little Super Bowl recap. We wanted to make sure we got y'all some picks before the weekend, and then also just any picks before Riviera and the Genesis Invitational tees off. But we'll post everything here and then maybe talk to you guys on Friday. But Max, thanks for hopping on, dude. Nice little midweek pod. Always breaks up the week. Thanks everyone for listening, and hopefully we can cash you some bets. So peace out,
Yeah.
Cub Scouts.
Thanks, guys.